Pull up a chair and get comfortable. It's time to talk about your federal benefits. Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators presents the FEBC podcast with Elizabeth Inman and Bryan Fentress.
Welcome back. This is our Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators podcast, where we work really hard to educate you on all things federal and postal so that you're well informed, so you are prepared, and we take away all the fear about your benefits, about your income, and about getting ready to retire. How does that sound? It's something I wish I had had. I'm Elizabeth Inman, and I love what I do. I love helping you be prepared. Loved my job when I worked for the federal government. So now I love what I do helping you work for the federal government. It's a win-win for both of us. We're running a great special right now. It's giving away the Federal Survival Kit for retirement. Federal Survival Kit for retirement. Lots of good information in this little red folder. We're talking about something very specific today. So you open up inside this survival kit, have a quick start guide. This is all geared towards retirement, but don't let that fool you. You think, well, I'm not ready to retire. Well, good. Actually, if I had my druthers about this, I would put this in the hand of people that are 5 years before retirement. That's the optimum time to get a survival kit. Quick start guide, step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Don't wait till you already have your paperwork in front of you. For crying out loud, do a 17-point federal assessment 3 years before you retire. Get that information together, check all your data, check your OPF, make sure everything's right in your records, and get this report done quickly. I'm Elizabeth Inman. Did I say that already? I just don't want you to forget. I want you to get to know me. I want you to feel like I'm your new best friend because I care. I care because I didn't have somebody that cared enough to set me down and get me prepared. Did I ever tell you that I made some mistakes? I wish I could do do-overs. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad I'm retired. I'm glad I'm retired. I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing. What I'm doing is so rewarding. I get somebody who sits down at the table, I do a 17-point federal retirement assessment, and they hug my neck. Man, that's rewarding for me, to feel like I made a difference for the rest of their life, and they're grateful. Oh yeah, I wouldn't trade that for anything. I want to talk about understanding your Social Security strategy. How many of y'all know Social Security is a complicated topic? And if you talk to your neighbor, if you talk to your family, if you call Social Security, you're likely to get a different answer from everybody you talk to, including if you call Social Security 3 times, you'll get 3 different answers. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. It really is. So you've got to get educated before you're ready to draw Social Security. Okay, so let's talk about this. Today, I just want to talk about normal Social Security. You do not want your neighbor to be your source of information. I'm sorry, that's not the place to go to get information. You get a Social Security strategy report from us. First and foremost, one of the things that's going to happen is every time they change the laws, those new laws and the changes and the impact are included in this report for you. So a good example is back in 2018, there was some major changes that took place. Now, why is that important, especially back in 2018? Because us baby boomers sit around and we talk to people that was retiring and was drawing Social Security, and they said, oh, the coolest thing, do you know about this file and suspend law? Do you know about this survivor benefit thing? Do you know about this? And do you know about that? And we're sitting around thinking, oh, wow, I got to remember that when I get ready to retire. And then a law changed, but we weren't ready to retire yet, so we didn't know that a law changed, and we put plans in place, strategies in place based on what we had heard Harry and Sally talk about, and then we put these strategies in place, and then we go ready to go file for Social Security, and they say, oh no, that's no longer in place anymore. And it messed up our entire plan. Oh, you think that doesn't happen? How about telling the dozens of people that come into my office every year that their plans were no longer good plans because they didn't know those laws had changed? This is one report that I put into people's hands that I tell them, read it from front cover to back cover, because all those law changes are inside this report. That's one reason, if no other reason, you need this report. And it's in easy terms, easy to read format that all of us can understand. Oh yeah, all the law changes are on the socialsecurity.gov website. Good luck finding them, and good luck understanding them. And don't get me wrong, the SSA.gov website is way better than it was 5 years ago, certainly better than it was 10 years ago, but it's still a government website. Enough said about that. So starting right off, planning for Social Security retirement benefits is on page 1. Page 2 starts off with your first strategy. It'll be based on the information that we input based on your current situation. And then selected strategy. The strategy you selected will be page 3. It's going to tell you things like age 70, age 69, age 62, comparing amounts. At what age, what will your Social Security be if you select that age to draw your Social Security? I love that. And then the reason why you might select it, and what month are you going to start selecting it. And then cumulative totals. Now they've expanded the SSA.gov website information, and there's more information available than ever before. That is a very, very good thing. But the nice part is that based on this report, it's all on one page. Easy to read, easy to understand. You're not flipping through pages. And then we've got charts and graphs where just by reading across the line, you've got everything right there on one line, on one page, where you can understand it. And then there is an alternative strategy. It's kind of like the what ifs. What if you select this strategy? That was on that first page. But maybe you looked at those numbers and it wasn't quite what you thought. So then there's an alternative strategy, a second what if, that once again will show you annual benefits by year. It'll show you cumulative, that if you selected, say at age, 67, what will your cumulative total be? It'll combine husband and wife strategies. Have I told you how much I love this report? It is one of my all-time favorite reports that we offer free of charge when you come to our office and you tell us that you want a Social Security strategy report. It's a age and a change report as well. If you want to make some changes, we can make some changes for you. New monthly benefits if you make a change in that actual date. Wonderful, wonderful information here, free of charge, that you can get when you request a Social Security strategy report from our office. Now, where do you get that report? You can go to our website, which is FEBCnow.com, input your information on the contact information, and in the comments, just say that you'd like to have a Social Security strategy report. We'll contact you. We've got a few questions. We have to have some information from you. Now, part of that information is not your Social Security number. At no time do we ever need your Social Security number, nor should you be giving your Social Security number to anybody. That's not what we need, but we do need a little bit of information from you. You can email me at elizabeth@febcnow.com or just call our office, 918-396-5171. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast. We have upcoming webinars. We're going to be doing some webinars on how to fill out your retirement paperwork, because we're coming up close to that favorite time of year when everybody likes to retire from the federal government. Be sure and tell your friends about us. Our social media links are YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. We're easy to find. We're everywhere. And I'll be traveling the country doing a lot of workshops, a lot of webinars, things like that. So looking forward to having some chats with you.